reinforcement learning, I'm very impressed by reinforcement learning.
So we're talking neural networks or something else?
It's still neural networks, but it's a different way of using it. So they are both somewhat based off the transformer architecture. That seems to be the best way to exploit neural networks, which are a very old technology. I had a class that talked about neural networks as one of the approaches to AI when I was in college back in the 90s. The original proposals around that, I believe, go back to the 50s. So neural nets are not.
So it's actually a long time ago.
Are not a
Nothing
new
new.
phenomenon, but this method of using them is. What reinforcement learning does is, so first off, what neural nets do can be called programming by example. So if you can provide examples of what a program is supposed to do, you can train a neural net to become a program that acts like that. So what the generative systems are basically doing is you take some enormous corpus of information, the entire World Wide Web, all the videos on YouTube, whatever, and you say, okay, these are the examples. I'll give you some snippets of Shakespeare or Steven Spielberg or, somebody dancing on Twitch or whatever, and I want you to give me the rest of it. And the thing figures out how to do that, basically. And that's what that whole huge model thing, and the various billionaires that say they're going to spend hundreds of billions of dollars on mass installations that are going to suck up more power than the Eastern Seaboard, and maybe they will. They've got $100 billion. Who knows? What reinforcement learning does.
When I see that models and all the hype around the commercialization, I always find myself remembering, those basic neural networks assignments that you were given. Recognize the cat.
Right. Right.
And it's so silly because it's just a bigger model.
Exactly. Yeah. So what reinforcement learning does is says, okay, let's say I had some task I needed to do. Let me make sort of a basic model that can sort of do that task, and let me give it this framework that lets it work a little bit harder.